one of the problems of this, of course, is in recent years, we've been talking about etiquette of sex, and particularly sex between the sexes, through the prism of Hollywood and celebrity. And it's just should be clear to us by now, this isn't the best prism to see these things through. It's, I don't know, it's like trying to work out drinking etiquette from a
Geordie
football team or a Geordie or a Scotsman.
Yeah,
I can say that.
You're allowed to say that. And I'm in Newcastle, so I'm allowed to say Geordie. So
right. So, but this has become a real problem in our societies because, apart from anything else, I think young heterosexual men, are being told things that are not possible to do and sustain. And, and I spoke recently to a friend whose son had just left school. I said, and I hadn't seen the son for a while. Friend's a bit older than me. And I said, oh, how's the boy? And he said, good. I said, what does he think about girls? He said, there wants nothing to do with them. And I said,
God.
I know. And I said, well, he's not gay, is he? He said, no, he's not gay. He said, just, they're more trouble than they're worth. He said, it's just, he thinks they're a nightmare. And I've come across that quite a lot, actually, because it is being made harder than it needs to be made.
I think the relations between the sexes has definitely got a lot less exciting. You remember flirting? Do you remember when flirting was a thing?
Yeah,
it's the same as flirting's the same as tomboys and emos. Remember emos? Where have they gone? I don't know where emos are. I haven't seen an emo in like a decade.
I don't miss them, I have to say.
Yeah, fair enough, but too much eyeshadow. But anyway, you get me. Like all these things, like they feel like fucking nostalgia now.
I know.
Flirting.
Flirting is an amazing one because there's a load of things. I mean, we just had this, by the way, in the UK today about the ridiculous claims that our Prime Minister once put his hand on a woman's leg 20 years ago. And this is the headline. This is the headline on the day we're speaking. The number one news item. And not like there's much else to talk about in the world, is there? But, there's this strange thing where, I mean, the point is this is so complicated because, again, we keep having this stuff out on that sort of level. The former defense minister, Michael Fallon, had to resign. And like being the defense minister is a really serious job. It's not like agriculture or
transport. Yeah.
No, but it's not transport. I shouldn't say. Oh my God, I'm getting the farmers are going to be after me. No, agriculture is the most important one.
Yeah.
No, the transport people I don't mind losing, but it's not like transport. It's like you're a defense minister. You've got part of the control over the nuclear capability. You could destroy Paris if you wanted. You. No, but it's a serious job.
He's embroiled in touching a woman's leg or something.
And somebody, as it happens, who I know, a journalist in the UK, had told the story some time before that he touched her knee at something, and she'd said, again, not all women can do this or want to do this. It's not to say this is always good, but this woman, said, if you keep your hand on my knee, I'll sock you in the bloody face or something, and he took his hand off pretty fast. That was it. And then, 15 or 20 years later, the story came out again. He had to resign. I mean, in a way, it's a sort of very British sex scandal. There's no sex. It's like liberal Democrat sex scandals. Yeah. They're always like that. There's always like a fat man asked a woman for a coffee and she said no, and that was it. And then he has to resign. And that actually happened. Happened with Lord Reynard. Anyhow, the point is that these are people look at this and they think, what exactly are the rules? And the answer is, we're making them up as we go along, which is not uncommon, but we're making up rules that are completely contradictory. And I give the example in the book of like, what are you to make growing up of the fact that you are simultaneously told that women must always be believed, and the most popular book for women in recent years are the 50 Shades stories where women have rape fantasies. Like, growing up is hard anyway, and these levels of not being able to discuss things mean that people just see these totally contradictory messages in the culture, and I don't blame them for being utterly bemused.